Hello and welcome to Simulation Soccer League. I was about to say Sunday, but it's clearly not Sunday. What is this? It's like Thursday, Friday, Thursday.
This
I'm
will be
Jiggly.
up on Thursday. Hi, Jiggly. I'm TVC.
We got some soccer here for you lads. We got a week. I don't know. You probably have done all of the analysis already. So
Yes. I actually don't know the match order today. I didn't come that prepared. I was a little bit busy today, but I'm excited to play roulette with you to see which teams we feature. It is match day 3, so still a lot to play for this season.
yeah, I mean it's still very early in the season. You know, as we keep saying, it's still preseason for everybody, and you know it's. Here we go with the Asian Classic Tokyo SC up against Seoul Mythic.
Yeah, I was gonna say this be Asian Derby. I've been looking forward to it since Seoul's off season. I've said it a couple of times. They added a lot of different pieces to that team, and I'm excited to see if they can make the difference against the former champion.
Yeah, I mean Tokyo went from like the meme club in the first season, and now it's season 5, so obviously a lot can happen in 5 seasons. But they went from a meme team winning the cup, like that was one of the most amazing games I think I've covered for the SSL, and they're now actually very good.
Yep, they won the league holistically last season, though it may be a bit of a curse. They have started 0-2 to this year. They're looking for their first win or first point today against Seoul.
I'm just going to say this right now because we're seeing it. I would really like for each of the GMs of different teams to actually be able to create their own, like, just visually different coaches for their team.
Right. I don't know
That would
how
be
that
fun.
works exactly. I'm sure that someone does, but
Could figure it out.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like that could be something we could work in, you know?
Yeah. I need my like pink-haired coach.
I also need my pink hair 5'2" female coach. Yep.
Yeah. No, well, for me, it'd be pink-haired, about 6'10" female coach. And there's a shot from Noodle, saved by Hill.
Yep. No, I would love to see unique manager profiles come out in the future. Maybe. We'll see. There's still a lot of work to be done behind the scenes and in front of the scenes.
And, we haven't really missed much during that conversation except for that shot from Noodle.
Yeah, both teams playing in a bit of a defensive fashion. I don't want to say defensive, but they're certainly more
Negative
structured.
football. Negative football.
Could be negative, yeah. Tokyo playing in a 4-2-4, where Seoul are playing in a...
They got an asymmetrical one, yeah.
Yeah, asymmetric, I want to say 3-4-3.
Yeah. Hog sends to rise, and the former Seoul Mythic man scores against his old team. It's probably been quite a few times already for this guy, but there's a goal for Tokyo now.
Yeah, that's a big goal for Tokyo. They've been looking for a lead all year, and here it is. Let's see if they can hold on to it.
And that one almost went out. That was... You see the direction of that ball. There's just a slight bit of bend on it to send it in.
Yeah, we didn't see a big move come out of King Kong there. Maybe thought that was out and he was safe. Unfortunately, the victim of Rise's second goal of the season.
Horrible turnover here. Noodle charges in, and Hill keeps it out.
That is the American goalkeeper, Cody Hill, standing in at, I think, 5'2".
I think that the moment that some of these guys learned that they could make a player that short, they're just like, yeah, sure. Let's all be Necromando.
Yes. I think Buenos Aires of Division 2 carries the shortest player in our league. That is Sigurd of Catalunya, the center back, standing in at 5 foot tall.
Well, the thing about center backs and like height is that you don't actually have to be that tall. I mean, obviously, it's preferred. A center back can be physical, but they can also just be very good at cutting out channels. The old saying from Paul Maldini: "If I have to make a tackle, I've already messed up."
That's very true. However, you've never hear Paul Maldini say, "If I miss an aerial," right?
Eh,
That's because
have
they're
somebody else
expected to
handle it.
win them. That's true. It could work in a 3 at the back pairing.
Exactly.
Right.
You get the shorter one in the middle. Clement, horrible play out out the back from Hill. Clemens almost gets that in, and that's why playing out the back isn't always the best thing.
I don't know what was worse, to be honest. And forgive me for this one, old friend, but the turnover or the opportunity there, that
Horrible.
was awful.
Just should have been a goal. That was a perfect that's the second amazing opportunity that Tokyo has just given Seoul so far, and Seoul has not capitalized on.
I will wonder if that's going to come back to bite them.
Okay, Kong had to keep that one out. Kong looking like Mario with that jump.
Sometimes it only takes a leap.
I need to be drinking more for that. This is a pretty even match in terms of like a lot of this. I mean, you got 60% possession for Tokyo, but I can't. I like keeping these clean, so I don't think I can say my favorite line about possession.
Well, Seoul have made the most of their 40%. They play in a rather counter-attacking defensive fashion anyways this year, and they're making it work for them. They just haven't found the back of the net and have missed 2 very good opportunities on their counter press.
Well, it looks like Seoul is pretty much just like trying to. They're trying to let Tokyo make the mistakes, and you saw that twice with horrible play out of the back from Tokyo. But they just weren't able to capitalize on it. And so, I mean, technically speaking, if you think about it, I mean, Seoul should be winning 2-1 right now with those 2 very, very good chances. Just could not get anything done out of them. And they're still down at the halftime break.
I agree. It should be a tie game at the very least for Seoul. And like I said earlier, we'll see if they rue their opportunities by the end of their match. Tokyo are pretty good defensively, so we'll see if they give up too many opportunities. Seoul, offensively, honestly, hasn't been that great. Other than the press, they just haven't been able to put it together.
Well, if we have to fill up time, I can tell you all about how much I hate possession. Because I just really do think, like, I think Mourinho once said that, like, if my team has only 1% possession but wins the game 1-0, then we've won the game.
Yeah, I think he famously said against Man City, where he only held 20% possession of the ball when asked by the media about that. Man City can take the ball all they'd like. We'll take 3 points every day.
Exactly.
And I agree with that.
There's a quick counterattack from Tokyo. Does not get anything done, but they still have numbers up there. Rube can't get to the ball. Holmberg knocks it out. It's corner now.
So something that's interesting that I'm seeing from Tokyo this year, and this game in particular, is they're playing with 2 up top. Isagi traditionally in the middle at that 10 position.
I mean, usually, I mean, obviously, real life, it's easier to move people around. But even in this league, I mean, a lot of people who play in the 10 position or play at striker, they have their secondary position at either the 10 or the striker. And Rube gets a shot, and that's, well, oh, okay, it was saved by Kong. Wow, that's a great save then. Point blank.
And a great point by you there. There are different positions that a lot of our players can play.
But it's usually, if they're a striker, they have something at central attacking midfield. If they're a left winger, they've got something over on the right wing or, left midfield. So, I mean, I'm not that. Oh, hey, Shinji Kaido got in right behind Kong there. And I want to see a replay on that because that just sort of fell down in front of him, didn't it?
Yeah, that's the beauty of set pieces, is sometimes you get just a little bit of mayhem, and it looks like Tokyo got the right amount of mayhem here.
Yep, man got pulled up. Their center backs were not tracking back to find Kaido there and fell just right in front of him.
And Skyrise, instead of taking that one for himself, will serve it up on a platter for his friend. And 2-0 Tokyo.
And yeah, Tokyo's in the lead, and they have the ball again with a good chance there. Now a corner kick. Soderbergh's shot, cross doesn't make it in, and there's a quick counterattack now. Noodle is coming up, but Goat is tracking them back.
Yeah, Noodle, that asymmetric man in this formation here, playing out on that left-hand side. Interesting decision by the manager.
And you see another, almost another bad giveaway by the Tokyo defense there.
I was going to say, I can't say Noodle's been too effective on that left-hand side today.
Not really. That was the one big chance. And I mean, we saw the other big chance for Noodle was mostly due to a giveaway, and Noodle was just able to surge in. Here's a chance for Tokyo. Rube plays it in. Lang! I don't know if that was saved or if that hit the bar. Oh, it was saved then. Okay.
I think a little bit of both. I think it came off the keeper's hands, hit the bar, and bounced out. So a little luck keeping Seoul out of the game. Or in the game, apologies. A third goal would have been the dagger there, yeah?
Well, Mueller's shot doesn't really get much going there. Soderbergh and Hogg are trying to find some way to the center, and think they're just going to give up and try to send it over to the other side.
Honestly, a little disappointed in what I'm seeing from Seoul today. I would have thought they played a little more coherently.
Well, there's another goal there from Skyrise as he rises above everybody else there.
Yeah, just so good on those far post plays.
I mean, Time just like not keeping his mark over there. It's something that Seoul has struggled since they were like, what was it? They've struggled with it since they were like Rio, you know? Like it's something that defense has been an issue for Seoul for a long time.
Yeah, which is really kind of strange to me because they have the personnel and they play in a formation that is very kind to defensive statistics. They just find a way to lose their man in open play.
Well, they're looking for at least one more goal. I think Noodle may have been offside. Yep, there it is.
Yeah, and that's kind of the story of the day for Seoul. Not the offside, just the breakdown in play in general. We really haven't had a good string of play in a long time, it feels.
Yeah, as we both said, that those two chances early in the game were kind of all they have right now at this point, and they haven't done much since.
Yeah, no, I did kind of foreshadow it, but those two opportunities definitely looking like they're biting Seoul in the butt right now. Not that the two would matter alone; they would have needed another with Sarais pocketing his second of the game.
A major name on this Seoul Mythic team that we have not heard all game. I mean, we're in injury time. Haven't said his name once. JJ Okocha.
Yeah, JJ's been a bit of a ghost today. Rather disappointing appearance from him. We'll see if we can change that with one shot. Nope. That's your luck.
End of the game, it's 3-0. You know, it's one of those matches where you might as well forfeit and cut your losses there. But, I mean, what did Seoul show today? I mean, obviously, it's good news for Tokyo. They showed what they can still do. They did exactly what they needed to do. They did show a bit of iffiness near the back, but, I mean, they were fine. What did Seoul show today?
That they have a lot of work to do. No, let's be honest, truth. I now understand why Time had such a bad time. Time's playing out of position. Time's on the right-hand side. I think Time can play on the right, but as a left-footed right back, it's not exactly going to work out too well. You see in the goal that he lost his man. He was running from the left-hand side to the right-hand side. Anyways, no, I think today we saw that that there's a lot of work to be done in Seoul. I think that they had opportunities.
I'm sorry, my microphone, just the wire for it, just decided to come out.
Well, that's all right. I talk enough for both of us. Woo!
That's usually me.
Well, on to the next, right?
Hollywood FC against Catalunya. Hollywood, the former powerhouse that's still good, versus Catalunya, the powerhouse that should be taking over everything at this point. But, you know, they take their time with it.
Yeah, well, Catalunya has had a really good start to the season, 2-0, as opposed to Hollywood 1-1. I think 1-1, not 1-0-1. They are 1 win, 1 loss, where Catalunya has 2 wins on the season so far.
Looks like Hollywood's going for a route 1 there.
Yeah, we do see a bit of a step away from Hollywood, and a bit of a return for Catalunya. Catalunya in a 4-3-3, with that DM and their wingers out wide. Hollywood FC also in a 4-3-3.
Maple trying to get in there, but I think that was Siege who kicked it out instead of Sterling.
Sam Siege, the acquisition from Accra FC, I think. From last year. Has really kind of made himself a big part of this team.
We're just sort of waiting now.
Waiting for a chance, waiting for both teams to kind of break each other down. In this 4-3-3 that both sides play, the center of the pitch looks very, very similar. One defensive midfielder, 2 center midfielders from both sides.
Laudrup tries to put one through. Jones is broken through now. Jones with a chance. I don't know if a chip was the right decision there, bud.
Yeah, opportunistic opportunity by Jones. Well, I don't know how many more he'll see of that. He's playing an asymmetric role today, playing on that right-hand side for Hollywood.
Jard looking for a cross now, and Taka's shot is saved.
Wow, that was whoever saved that just saved a goal. That was going into the back of the net for sure.
That was Gunnarsson. Gunnarsson got to the spot.
Wow, amazing save by Gunnarsson.
Clark just steals, just picks Jarro's pocket there. You know, that's the thing with having possession is sometimes you slow down, you let the other team get through, but they were not able to cover that left side. Okamoto got around.
Yeah, no, it honestly looked like there were 2 men unmarked on that left-hand side.
I think there was something about, like, they looked way too narrow over there.
Yeah, no, I have no idea why Hollywood tucked in so deep. Bit of a defense.
Jones tries to get around, but the Catalunya defense is a whole lot more wide. Taka's header is saved again by Gunnarsson. Taka's getting where he needs to be. Yeah,
Tiki Taka, the 6'1" Polish forward, has been a big part of this Hollywood offense in the years prior. Has not had too much of chances this year.
Catalunya trying to find something in there. Couldn't get a good shot off there.
Now, it's interesting for me to see Tiki Taka playing in the center of this formation as opposed to the Zambian forward, Ricky Bobby, standing at 6'10". To me, tactically, I would want my tallest man in the middle.
Well, I think they're kind of shifting over. I think Taka is supposed to be out wide. Okay, that's just stupid. Catalunya's gonna lose this game now. Nah. If you cannot score in that situation, two players had open nets and they could not score. Yeah, you're losing. You're gonna lose now.
That was not a good look for Catalunya. Maybe goes back the other way now. Yeah, Hollywood picking up possession of the ball. Something they've been good at this year, honestly.
Gerard somehow gets around Okamoto despite having the ball tackled away. And they're just going to pass it back and forth between Gerard and Laudrup. Laudrup sends it in, and that's recovered by Gunnarsson.
Now, that may have looked trivial, but the amount of times that I've seen that play just get called offside.
He scores!
There it is! That's the goal Hollywood were looking for. What a pass by Miko Rashford.
Just absolutely finding that spot. And that's the thing, like, none of us really like a sort of Route 1 type, just boot it up there. But sometimes that's just what works best, especially against certain types of teams.
Yeah, I think that was a total of 4 touches by Hollywood before that ended up in the back of the net.
Taka almost with another one, gets that one header saved by Gunnarsson. Taka is absolutely dominating right now for this team.
Yeah, he's everywhere this game, making budget Busquets look indeed budget worthy.
Looking like a replacement player. Ricky Bobby tracking a bit too far back there, but okay. Clark cuts in. That's wide. Bernia tries to send it across. It was De Bernia's errant pass that led to that goal. And now we're going into halftime. Do you expect some subs out of Catalunya?
Absolutely. Catalunya is going to make 2 changes here, the maximum that they can. It's whether or not they make the changes I suspect they will make. As of late, we've been seeing a lot of De Bernia or McPossum coming out, so one midfielder, and likely going to see Clark come out of this game as well, probably for Mojo Rising.
Yeah, definitely. Mojo Rising has played a whole lot better than Clark, and whenever I've watched, which has been whenever I've done commentary for games because I don't watch. Whenever I've watched Catalunya, the better player out of the two is usually Mojo Rising.
Yeah, Mojo has been on the end of a lot of great opportunities for Catalunya, been the beneficiary of some very, very good passes from Budget Busquets himself.
And there it is, Mojo Rising on for Maple. And I believe that was McPossum? It was either McPossum or McFlopface on for Clark.
Yeah, it is McFlopface coming on, and it does look like McPossum's still out on the field. And De Bernia, so you're right, it was a change in that right-hand side. Clark coming out, and Maple, surprising. Perhaps not.
Sure, takes that away.
Maple did not have a good game. Doug with Maple was not good today.
I mean, a lot of that Catalunya attack has been anonymous today so far.
Yeah, hopefully they shake something up in their offense.
Although, I mean, most of the players on the pitch have been kind of anonymous, except for Taka. You know
what? I know. I'm confident that if Catalunya do not score a goal, they will not be winning this game.
That's a very astute observation. I mean, I called it that Catalunya was going to lose a while ago.
Well, it is only a 1-goal game.
There's Taka again, and that's a 2-goal game. I'm sorry, what were you saying, ma'am?
Commentator's curse, I'm telling you. Every time I speak, I look like a fool.
What a quick turnover, too. Again, just super quick. Pudadeska just sends that out in front of Taka, gets it in between. And Catalunya just doesn't have an answer for that.
And maybe Hollywood have found their rhythm at this point. Just boot the ball up top and somebody will do something with it.
Most likely Taka.
Incredible game for the Canadian forward, I believe. Polish. I apologize.
Yeah, you said Polish earlier, and I was confused at that point too. So
he is Polish. It is Hunter Jones, that's Canadian. Jones on that right-hand side.
And there he is. There's that boy. Wowie. He just got tackled.
Budget Busket taking him down there.
The Skets may be angry here.
Yeah, no.
Both the player and the manager.
I would probably be a little upset too. It hasn't taken very much to undo Catalunya here, if I'm honest. Two very well placed passes, and Catalunya
flop face, and I think that was a 5-hole right there.
Did he nutmeg him?
That might have been a 5-hole.
We had a nutmeg the other week, I think. Cairo City, I think. Yeah. Oh no, he went up and over. That was up and over the shoulder.
I don't think. I think that might have been limitation of the animation.
Okay, fair, but like.
Ooh, that's close. That's close for offside, but yeah, look at the XG there. Catalunya is 2-1 on XG, but I mean, the actual game is 2-1 for Hollywood right now.
Absolutely.
And as I mentioned earlier, Mojo Rising having a big deal in that Catalunya attack.
Yeah, both changes coming in and making immediate impacts that Catalunya were looking for.
DeBurnia with the shot that's saved by Sterling.
And Kevin DeBurnia, I think is, I want to say 5'1". Yeah, 5'1".
Fantastic.
In case you're wondering why he looks so short.
You know, I don't wonder why people are short anymore because I'm 5'7".
Fair.
Well, that ball gets played ahead for Rising. And that's sent away.
Yeah, tough angle for Rising there. Ball played just a little too far in front of him.
You know, the thing that you got to realize is when you see something stupid happen in a game, you got to know that something stupid is going to happen. There's Rising. Lays it off for McPossum. That's blocked.
That was a great block by Hunter Jones.
What I mean by that is, you know, you see something stupid happen, and you kind of got to be ready for, you know, consequences. And so early on in the game, may have had nothing to do with anything else in the game, but missing that amazing chance for Catalunya.
Well, I certainly think it has everything to do. If they got that, they would be tied right now.
Rising's shot is saved and pushed away by Sterling. Catalunya is actually pushing up a whole lot better now, and again, it's Mojo Rising has been amazing for Catalunya whenever he makes it out onto the pitch.
Yeah, he's got a lot of speed that puts pressure on the Hollywood backline there.
And that's the thing that I think that that's the reason why Hollywood was getting past Catalunya, because they had somebody who was breaking through, who was getting past that line. And you see that again right now. Ricky Bobby gets ahead. He's not really good with his feet, and he didn't really have that much of an angle. But you see that type of thing of somebody just breaks through, and they're gone.
Yeah, it's so hard to defend Hollywood. I remember playing them last year and just hitting my head against the wall trying to mark all three strikers.
I mean, that's the thing that, like, the reason why, you know, Gerard was a name that was brought up a lot in the first half, but I didn't really think he's played that well because, I mean, most of the time that I've mentioned him, usually an attack stalling out in the corner.
I think Gerard's played well enough. I don't think he's played miraculously, but I think he's certainly played okay.
Jones puts it in for Bobby, and that's another goal for Ricky Bobby.
That's the dagger. 91 and 40 now into our game, and CF Catalunya have 2 to go.
92nd minute. It's pretty much over at this point. And I stand I called it when score was 0-0.
Nope, the XG chart will certainly say it was a close match, but close as anything but the game we just watched, if I'm honest.
Well, I mean, Catalunya showed up in the second half. I will say that. There's Mojo Rising again. Almost getting to that one, too.
Yeah, they definitely put a lot more pressure than they did in the first half, but I think it also goes to put the spotlight on how poorly they played in the first half.
Exactly. And I think that look, man, I was going to say if I'm Busquets, but dear God, I'd never want to be Sergio Busquets. If I were Omni, I would be looking into starting Mojo Rising a whole lot more and keeping him out there. I mean, the reason why you'd put him on is like as a super sub, You'd want to have a player that has fresh legs, that can run around the defense, and you want that out of a player. But at some point, your super sub is just good enough to be the starter. And especially in a game like that, I mean, was miles above everybody else on that team.
Yeah, it's got a lot to do with the build, I think. Mojo Rising playing in a more advanced forward sort of role, Dogwood Maple playing in a more complete forward sort of style, and that takes time to get up there before that's really effective. So Rising probably the better of two options right now, as we saw with the on the pitch performance there. But over time, I think we're going to see Dogwood Maple grow into that role.
This is why our commentary works best, is because I only have experience with actual soccer. Despite, playing Football Manager for at least like 2-3 hours every night, I'm not good at it. But like I have real life soccer experience and like calling games, and you have real life Football Manager experience to actually understand how to build players and what that works out with. So like, yeah, great. This is why this works.
Is that why this works? Okay. I thought it was because we had such great chemistry.
I mean, that's a part of the chemistry.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
We fill in where the other person lacks.
Yeah.
Exactly. And now for my favorite team, Sydney. It's Sydney City against Athênai FC. How many goals do you think 0-44 is going to score?
I would put my mark on 3.
Fantastic. You know what? I'm just going to say 2. I think that it's going to be 2, and then somebody's going to clean up one for him.
Yeah, Athênai FC are their opponents today, and we spoke about something earlier. I think it was poor. That's what Athênai have been. One loss, one draw through 2 games so far, and they've not looked good.
And Sydney is on the top. I mean, it's very I'm going to have to bring them up then. Sydney looks like, they are an expansion team that showed up right away. I mean, Sydney looks like, the 98 Fire, essentially, like the really old Chicago Fire team of just somehow just so much better than everyone else. You don't understand why. And they're an expansion team.
That's a man who's going to help them do that. Liang Kai coming over from Inter London this offseason. Probably one of the top forwards in his class.
Ball knocked forward. Havoc's on it. Moves it over to Shaka. They're just going to try something here.
Yeah, I don't know how Sydney are being instructed to play, but if I were Pau, I would definitely have told them to throw the chair at the wall today.
It's you got to play Jordan rules, especially if you got like a player like 0-44. You just got to be extremely physical on them.
Yeah, and Athênai are able to do that. Henrik Lind, one of the best center backs in our league, probably the best center back in our league, is the man I would have mark 0-44. The challenge from Athênai today, from Sydney City today, will be having more than one threat.
Well, we're in 0-44, not quite at the spear of this attack just yet. And Costanza has come up all the way from... Isn't Costanza a defender? What's going on here?
Is a left back.
Fullback. Okay. I somewhat remember Costanza being a center back.
You would be correct. He played center back for Seoul.
Fantastic. That's how I know.
Yeah. Has found
There's a quick counterattack. Wow, 0-44. That pass from Hulkavoto, not quite what 0-44 wanted.
Yeah, the first touch wasn't quite there from 44.
I think everyone can tell that I just have a specific favorite player in the league at this point, and it's not even my own player. 0-44 built the player that I wanted to make.
Well, my favorite player is probably on Sydney too. You gotta pick Kuro's playing today.
You know what? I'm just gonna be honest with you. While we were talking, I just pulled up the Kompa. Oh, that's Becca! Ah!
That's unfortunate.
I wanted to say it so bad.
I think we jinxed her.
The
we commentated cursed her.
The full lyrics to just for something to yell out when someday she will score and I will be on the call and I will be able to say the entire thing.
It could very well be today. I think Bakura is playing on an attacking role. That's why we see her crashing so often.
Yeah, and I mean, there's not much to say about that half. I mean, Athênai didn't really have much of a chance. They are holding pretty okay in defense. They're handling it pretty well. And I mean, the thing with Sydney is that, you know, the biggest threat is 0-44. You have to end counterattacks, essentially. So if there's a quick counterattack, just force 44 to have to play a hold-up play. Obviously, you're still in danger because there's a lot of other good attacking players on that team that can help. But you minimize so much damage if you can just force 44 to hold up the ball.
Yeah, no, 44 is not known for his link-up play or his particularly good passing play.
Nesse and Possible on for two people that I did not see.
I think that's Havoc coming off and Shaka coming off, so two changes on the right-hand side.
Oh, no. That clearance bounced off of another center back.
Did we see any changes coming in for Athênai, though?
Hopefully we have a stoppage in highlights long enough to see.
Well, I'm sure Athênai doesn't want the highlight to stop.
Looking in over to Fisher and honestly looked offside. Yep, there it is.
Yikes.
No substitutions for them. A horrible play on the ball by Possible there, and now Athênai is on the attack to Levert. Gintonic trying to get it to Lavovic. Stops Yager, gets a shot on it, but that is not getting anywhere close to the goal.
And that took the bounce off Freddy too, I think. So lucky from Sydney there not to be punished on that poor turnover.
Yeah, Sydney has not scored a goal yet, despite, you know, that's the whole thing of like possession, and it's about even just having an advantage and looking more dominant. You still got to at least score one.
I'm not surprised. Athênai know.
Hulkavoto, there it is. Okay, now they're safe.
And that is the gap that City were looking for. Athênai known to play very, very defensively. And I said it before, we would have to find another goal scorer today other than 0-44, and Hulkavoto delivers.
Lind staying back to try to cover 44 instead of Hulkavoto, and that was, I wouldn't say it's the wrong decision, but it's certainly not a good decision when one of the players is actually surging forward.
Yeah, his man mark was 0-44, and that's why 44 hasn't scored today, but there's only one Henrik Lind.
And scored a goal for opposing teams quite a few times. You don't know the Steven Gerrard chance. There's only one Steven Gerrard. He scored a goal for Chelsea.
Oh.
Laying quiet with a long shot there. That's saved and cleared out of the danger by Joker.
Yeah, and that is the backup net for Sydney City. Sorry, not Sydney.
Ooh, are they going to count that? They're going to count that. That's an own goal by Tim Possible. Wow. Let's see this one again. Strong cross into the box. Yeah, he just headed it right in. There was nobody near him. It just went in.
Honestly, if Athênai come away with this and that's it,
As I said the last game, like you see something stupid enough, that's got to mean bad things for a team.
I can feel a draw here. It's in the cards. It's in
Well,
my
there's
bone.
Lin Kwai. We're going to have Usada Pekara scores a goal in the 86th minute.
Okay.
We're just gonna see how that goes.
Okay. I've seen this work in the past, so I wouldn't be surprised, but I'd be shocked.
Well, I don't think I've drank enough to have my powers of the sight yet. So there's Lin Kwai, pretty well free from any coverage there. I mean, Ramirez is there, but not doing much.
Honestly, Liang Kai has had Ramirez's number all day. Whenever I look over to that left-hand side for Sydney, Ramirez is never anywhere near Liang Kai.
That's the issue. I think that this is how Athênai is stopping Sydney. They're forcing Sydney to keep the ball, and that's a struggle for them. His possible shot gets saved.
Offside,
and
though.
It's offside too. Like you give Sydney the ball, and they just don't know what to do with it. And we see Owen 44 is not having a good game.
Yeah,
Lin Kwai, is it possible? Nope. Possible again, and that's saved and goes out.
Yeah, no, when you beat the Athênai defense, you then have to beat Henrik Andersen. He's 6'6" Danish goalkeeper. Also their general manager.
Just hard to get around this defense here. And where was that pass going, and where was Tim Possible going?
Only 5 more minutes until Usada Pekara scores, right, Jake?
Yes. Yes.
Sydney fans eagerly hold their breath.
Well, there's Levert, and offside. I also want name changes for... here comes the counterattack. I also want name changes for the referees to be fun.
I would like them to be wearing a zebra outfit.
An actual zebra outfit, not like NFL referee stripes, an actual zebra outfit.
Yes.
There has to be 2 at a time.
Yes. Maybe then they won't miss a call.
Well, the one in the ass sure won't. And looks like we're not getting what I wanted, although I was going to say 92nd minute winner, but I decided that was a bit too late. Possible almost getting somewhere offside as well, though.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. It didn't look on the entire way through. We'll see if they get one more chance, though. Nope, never mind.
Well, I mean, you haven't called the whistle yet.
What an unfortunate draw by Sydney, hey?
That was... Whew!
Holy.
You look over there, dear God, 22 shots, 8 on target, 1.89 XG. Like, wow.
I would be mouthing, oh my God. And the only goal that Athênai scored was on the own goal. Otherwise, they didn't come close.
Their attack was not working today.
So really a gift from Sydney City to Athênai there. Ouch. That stinks. I would be upset.
Well, the top 2 teams in the league have lost today, I think.
Well, a draw is not exactly a loss. It's a half win.
Emotionally lost.
Yes, okay.
Man, I have to close the page now for the Kompeko lyrics.
Speaking of emotionally lost teams, unfortunately, Cairo City, 0-2 so far to start the season. It's been tough for them, and I would be in an emotional free fall because it's looking very scary for them. Unfortunately, they do.
I do like their 5-0-5 formation. I think that's fun.
Popularized in week 2, I believe, by Sydney City.
I think we mentioned it back then too.
Yeah. AS Paris, though, this is going to be an important game for both clubs. I alluded to it when I was talking shit about, language, when I was talking about Cairo City. But AS Paris are projected to be in that relegation battle, though are sitting cushy with 4 points so far in this season. Win and a draw. However, should it come down to it, this could be a very important game for AS Paris.
It's an important relegation battle early in the season.
Yes, very. 0-3 in a 14-game season is, I don't want to say a death wish, but it's hard to come back from.
There's Jeeves trying to cut in. Gets that taken away pretty easily. Of course, the clearance isn't exactly good either. And where are you trying to kick it? Jeeves. They're trying to find, I feel like you could find some space in there to shoot, and they're just not finding it.
Yeah, I think they've been told to work the ball into the box a little more. And
they already did work the ball into the box, and then they worked it back out.
Yep. That's Bori Barfleet in net for AS Paris, formerly of Cairo City. Revenge game for him.
Though and Cairo's been on top of them. I mean, I do want to point out that clearance, that was terrible. I hated that clearance that went off to the side. I mean, you're taught as a kid to just clear the ball away, just get it away. But when you get to the higher levels towards being a professional, you have to pick a target. If you have the time to pick a target, Papadopoulos shot goes over the bar. If you have the time to pick a target, you pick a target. That guy just kicked the ball into empty space right for a Cairo guy to instantly start up the attack again. I mean, either kick it out of bounds or kick it to a guy in your own jersey.
Honestly, that first half was applicable to Papadopoulos' shot there. Pick his spot, and he just shows empty space.
And Espilaqueta gets a shot in. I know you know that guy.
Indeed, he's a man who knows how to put his shot into the corner of the net and pick his spot. He does so here, scores against his former goalie, Bori Barfleet.
Isn't it Barflet?
Is it Barflet? Yeah, no double E.
It's 2 T's, yeah. It's Barflet.
I want to see double E's. It is Barflet. You're right.
Barflet. Like a tiny barf.
Gross. Not where I was going to go with that.
I'm pretty sure that's the intent of the name, okay? And Alistair with a wide open net does not get it anywhere close to that. The Heretic gets to it first. We got 2 real tiny goalkeepers.
Well, Bori Barfleet is 4'11". Elmas the Heretic just looked small. He's actually 6'1".
So then why did you tell... Oh, wait. No, you said... Oh, that was of Katarina. I'm sorry.
Yes.
That was shorter. My brain... It's 2 different Dark Souls references, and my brain just, put them together.
No, you're right. Bori Barfleet is shorter.
Barflet.
Barflet. See where the Katarina is 5 foot tall exact. So...
yeah, Barflet's 5'11".
4'11". 1 inch exactly shorter.
Yeah, there wasn't much to say about that half except a goal happened. I wouldn't even say much about the goal itself, just a goal happened, and now it's 1-0.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of quick counter attacking play from both sides, transitional play from both teams. AS Paris have been good on the press and not really able to punish on the counter, unfortunately. A couple of opportunities flying over the net.
I have to say this a lot in my professional stuff of talking about professional soccer, and just I'm at a game, nothing is happening. I can't say anything about it. I'm sure that you can go into detail about very small specific things, but that's not what you're seeing there. You're seeing something's happening, I guess, but like they're kicking a ball around. I'm not sure if they're playing soccer.
Yeah, no, and
Sometimes that just happens.
It does, and that's where I think the expression of whether a team showed up that day or not means. Sometimes the team's
I
prepared,
mean,
but they.
it's more about both teams with that one. Like they're kicking the ball around. I'm not sure if they're playing a game, but it sure as heck kicking the ball around.
Yeah, well, time is ticking away, right? That's the only measure of that game because nothing else is happening.
I mean, yeah, Paris needs to step up if they want to do anything here, and I'm not.
I think we have technical difficulties.
And we just had a technical malfunction right there. So I was talking by myself, and I'm sure you might hear TVC. And hey, there's a goal! Cairo with the second goal.
Unfortunately, I cannot see it.
Oh, fantastic. Yes, we had a bit of technical issues. Just a real quick play.
And that's a second for Cairo City, so a big goal for them. I think it was Jeeves, yeah?
Yeah, that's Jeeves. We had some technical difficulties. I'm sure... I don't know how it's going to work out with the editing. I'm in charge of editing it, so, I mean, if it's my choice, I'm cutting out everyone else. Because I'm the star.
That means we don't get to see anyone play today, right?
No one gets to play today.
Honestly,
it is the retired Haruka Mayoi out on the pitch alone, just standing there with a ball in front of her.
Honestly, I think Catalunya would have taken that today instead of what happened.
Sydney probably would have too. A hold with a horrible tackle there. That's actually like the first card that we've seen specifically.
Yeah, no, it's definitely been keep them in the pockets day for the referees.
No, I mean, they've been handed out, but we haven't actually seen a card. They've been handed out.
Maybe I'm just having bad short-term memory. I don't remember seeing a ton of them handed out. Maybe one or two.
They weren't handed out. It was, it's just, they happen like behind the scenes, just randomly there's a card shown and they don't actually show the card getting gotten.
Yeah, because it's the game doesn't deem it, or the engine doesn't deem it a important enough highlight. Based on our parameters, which, to be honest, probably not the most important.
Hemish with that shot.
That was an interesting decision by Cairo City there. I think they had two other men that they could have played on there, instead choosing that option and not taking the goal, the lead.
Well, there's Torres. Might have been offside. Oh, that flag's down. Okay. Down. That looks real tight there.
Wow.
You got to show the tight offside.
Come on. Oh, that's a step.
Oh, no.
Step.
Oh, no, bud.
He's on. That's a step onside. Just a foot.
I do know that the moment that I saw Clemage for the first time, I immediately asked for somebody to just be like, hey, can we, instead of like, asking for player renders, can we just have like player pronunciation, since we actually have commentary and we need to know, like, real commentators get a pronunciation sheet. Like, I would like pronunciation and pronouns, please.
Honestly, that would be something fun to put into
helpful.
into the player builder. I'll talk to Canadace about it.
Very well offside by Papadopoulos.
That was the best looking chance of the day for AS Paris, and it was not good looking at all. In fact, it wasn't legal. Though Cairo
There's
City,
one more chance, and nope.
It's been an absolute demolition job by Cairo City, if I'm honest.
So wait, did you hear my question earlier of like, what style of play do you think that Paris is even trying to do as Torres gets a second goal? I mean, offside, and you saw the flag up down there.
So I do think that it's an asymmetric 4-2-3-1, right? So
ooh, that is tight. That is tight. And Sparkle played the ball too. That should have counted actually.
So Franco getting one taken away for the one he got given. The referees are kind.
And Leonidas gets that goal, but not much to take home.
Yeah, Papadopoulos absolutely gifted a goal in the race for the Golden Boot.
Wow.
They don't come easier than that.
Dude.
Yeah, no. It was off the free kick too. Who could have literally put that anywhere else?
Went right to Leonidas' chest.
Leonidas standing in at 6 feet tall.
Torres offside again.
Surprisingly tall for 6 feet tall. He's got more height to him than you would expect. Perhaps that is why Hood played that directly into his chest. But a consolation goal, really.
Yeah, they're not getting anything here. Should be expecting whistle sometime soon.
Referee keen to just let them play here. Referee.
I just saw another name that's, man, I need help.
Referee. There it is.
Yeah, that was a game that happened.
A big game for Cairo City, a massive game for Cairo City. It's a big win for them after 0-2 start. They get the 3 points today, and well deserved. I really think that the 5-1, what was it, the 5-5 or
505?
The 505. There we go. I think that really worked for them. They look good today.
I mean, yeah, you put 5 in the back, 5 up top, and then you just play. You don't need to care about the midfield if you don't want to. You can actually live without a midfield sometimes.
You know what? AS Paris had a midfield today. Look what good that did, though.
Look what good that did for them. We didn't see anything happen in the midfield for either team. And, you put everybody in the midfield. I mean, I want to see Cairo play. Has Cairo played against Catalunya yet?
I think week 1. And Catalunya won.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's more of just like, that's kind of how you play against a team that plays so much in the midfield, that dominates the midfield. Just bypass the midfield in general and just give up on building a midfield and just 5 in the back, 5 up top, whatever happens in the middle, whatever.
If only the sim gods were so kind. Unfortunately, they were not kind for a couple of the teams tonight. We are looking at City up top at the end of week 3.
I'm sorry, I yawned. I was about to say something, and then suddenly it just stopped. Yeah, I mean, I think Sydney might be happy with staying up top, but I don't think they're happy with the result, especially with how it happened.
Yeah,
I mean, we went into that game saying like, yeah, Athênai is going to get destroyed. How many goals is 44 going to score? But I mean, you see the way that we saw 2 different teams handled in a way that they could not figure their way out of. And I think that that's something that managers have to deal with, especially Catalunya and Sydney. The opposing team found a way to stop them, and they got to figure out how to get around that.
No, they definitely have to figure out how to get past teams that are willing to shut the door on them. And Athênai did that today. Sydney City would have taken a 3-point lead at the top. Instead, they will only sit with 1.
And that's going to be it for us. I'm Jiggly.
And I'm TVC.